The one aspect you must master if you want to build wealth or achieve financial freedom. All of the details in this video, so let's get into it right away. But before we do, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to invest in the subscribe button right down below the video, as it is totally free to do so, and hopefully this video and other videos right here on this channel will continue to pay you dividends for a long time to come into the future. Thank you again, I truly appreciate it. And let's talk through this. So this is probably not the first time you've heard this concept. In fact, if you're watching this video, you've probably come across this concept many other times up until now. However, it is so incredibly important, it is worth repeating once again. What is this thing you need to master, and how is it going to pertain to building financial freedom and ultimately building wealth? What is it? The psychology behind money and wealth building. Now, I get it. You're probably rolling your eyes right now thinking, dude, I got this psychology thing down. I don't need to work on this. I've got it down. I am a master at creating money, building wealth, and ultimately achieving financial freedom. Yes, I get it. Most people feel that exact same way about the psychology behind money. However, it is so incredibly important we have to talk about this again, because believe it or not, as humans, we typically go back to what we know. We continue to go back to the zones in which we are comfortable operating within. So, if you are comfortable and you are used to earning about $50,000 a year or maybe $100,000 a year, believe it or not, if you don't change your psychology, no matter what you do, you can go above and beyond that. You can start earning $150,000, $250,000, $300,000 a year. But if you don't change your psychology and turn into somebody who needs to earn that much money, you're going to resort right back to earning what you always have earned in the past. Now, I get it. There might be some pushback on that comment, but that is ultimately the truth. You need to turn into the person in which you want to become. So here's the thing. Rather than waiting to become that person, start working on it right away. Become that person immediately. Start conducting your business. Start acting, speaking, talking, walking, doing everything that you always do now in the way that somebody would already perform who is earning the income that you want to earn, or who already has the wealth or the financial freedom that you ultimately want to get at some point. So maybe you want to have $1 million. Start conducting your business. Start talking, speaking, walking, talking, doing everything you possibly can as a millionaire, right? Even if you have $5,000 in the bank, who cares? It doesn't matter. Start doing everything as if you are already there as a millionaire. Now, here's the thing. At first, it might feel really uncomfortable. It might feel really, really weird to start doing this. But here's the thing. Over time, you will start reprogramming your subconscious mind. And that is ultimately what is so important about this whole game. Because here's the thing about the subconscious mind. It does not matter what you tell yourself, whether it is good or bad, whatever you impress onto your subconscious mind, it cannot determine whether it is real or imagined. So the whole point of it is to deceive your subconscious mind and make it believe anything that you want. Therefore, if you continue to conduct yourself as a millionaire going forward into the future for long periods of time, as in a month, 2 months, 90 days, half of a year, or many more years to come, it's ultimately going to happen. There's literally no other way that you can get around it. You literally must become what you think about. Have you ever heard that saying before? Here's what's interesting about the whole psychology behind money thing. It's actually been said, and you've probably heard this stat before, it's actually been said many, many times by many people. The whole thing, the whole deal with building wealth and financial freedom, 95% of it is psychology. Only 5% is mechanics. And that is so true. It is so true. And most people think, oh, no. It's 95% mechanics and only 5% psychology. Nope, sorry, it is not. It is 95% psychology, possibly even more than that. Mechanics have almost nothing to do with building wealth and financial freedom. Yes, of course, it is important, but it is so low, it's all about what goes on between your ears. So that is what you need to work on. Now here's how you can do this. Again, it's all about reprogramming the subconscious mind. How can you do that? Well, you can do it through affirmations, you can do it through goal writing, you can do it with incantations, which is basically just like chanting to yourself, whatever works for you, really. The whole thing is about reprogramming yourself to start believing that you are the person in which you want to become, right? Not at some point in the future, it is right here, right now, today. That is what is most important. Because here's the thing, if you're trying to live as in you're somebody who is in the future, as in you keep thinking like, oh, someday I'll be a millionaire. Someday I'll earn $100,000 a year. Someday I'll have a nice car. Someday I'll own a Lamborghini. You're always going to be living in the life of the someday. In other words, it'll never come. The life of the someday never arrives, right? Someday never arrives. So here's the thing. Why not start deceiving your subconscious mind now and believing that no matter what happens today, I'm a millionaire, right? It doesn't matter. You can do it within the privacy of your own mind. You don't need to tell anybody what you're thinking. You don't need to tell anybody the affirmations you're repeating to yourself. Nobody needs to know what you're writing down as your goals. But you know what's happening? You're shifting your mindset. You're doing some amazing work between your ears within your mind, right? That is ultimately what is most important. Here's the thing. If you continue doing this for long periods of time, let's just say 6 months, maybe a year, you work on this every single day. If you connect with somebody today, and all of a sudden you don't see that person again for 6 months or a year, and you reconnect with that person is going to say, hey, whoa, dude, you've changed. What's gotten into you? You're a totally different person. You might not think that, but if you start doing these exercises and you do this every single day for long periods of time, the people that you may not have seen for a while, when you see them again, they'll be absolutely shocked at the type of person that you have become. It is all about reprogramming yourself to all of a sudden start receiving and accepting your new mindset and the new lifestyle that you will ultimately have. Now, here's the thing. Even if you start to think about this and you think, oh man, it's fun to think about, it's fun to daydream, but I can't have that. Well, ultimately, you're having conflicting information. You're having conflicting thoughts. You need to do anything you possibly can to get those negative thoughts out of your mind and start working on just thinking about what you will become, Because if you have two conflicting thoughts in your mind, one thought comes in and it says, oh, yes, I'm going to be a millionaire someday. And then 2 seconds later, you have another thought that comes in and says, no, you can't do that. You weren't born to do that. You don't have the education, you don't have the right parents, you don't have the right lifestyle, you don't have the job to do that. Okay, well now you've just conflicted the other information that you've already started to implant, whereas I'm going to be a millionaire someday, right? Or it doesn't matter what it is. Even if it's just, I want to save $20,000. I want to save $50,000. I want to earn $50,000 this year. It doesn't matter what your goal is. I'm just using a millionaire as an example because that is a goal of so many people out there, right? Everybody says, I want to become a millionaire. Well, here's the thing. You could say anything. I want to become a billionaire, right? You could say anything. And honestly, that's what I do. That is what I continue to write. That is what I continue to manipulate myself to believe. I continue to do the same thing about a billionaire. Why not? There's so many millionaires out there already. Who wants to become a millionaire? Let's go for the stars. Let's go for that 0.0001%, right? Billionaire status. The 3 comma club. Why not? There's literally nothing that can hold us back. I mean, there's people out there like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. There's all these other people. $200 billion of net worth. Seriously, they've done it 200 times. Why can't we just do it once? Seriously, that's the thing. There's literally no limits to what we can do. And realistically, let's just say it. I mean, Jeff Bezos and or Elon Musk, they're probably going to be trillionaires within our lifetime. We will probably see trillionaires in our lifetime, and it's probably going to be Jeff Bezos. So here's the thing. Do you think Jeff, when he was 25, said, I'm going to be the world's first trillionaire? Probably not. I mean, if he was, that's That's pretty cool, right? But he absolutely had some major shifts within his psychology going through the course of his life to get him to the status of where he is now. He was not just walking around with some average ideas and some average mindset, some average psychology. There's just no way, there's no possible way that he got to where he is in his life right now with just average psychology about wealth building. There's no way. There's no way. It possibly could not have happened. He had to have been thinking about some massive ideas, some big ideas. He had to have been thinking about building wealth. He had to have been thinking about some really incredible things, which ultimately gave birth to Amazon and all of the other amazing things that came out of Amazon, right? Yeah, so the whole idea is psychology, the psychology behind wealth building, the psychology behind financial freedom. And again, I know that we've been using some extreme examples. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, both of which are worth about $200 billion. I get it. I mean, that'd be awesome to have, right? It'd be so cool to have $200 billion. But here's the thing. It could be for anything. Maybe you just want to save an extra $10,000 this year. It literally does not matter at all for what you want to achieve. It's all about reprogramming yourself to believe that you can have that, and ultimately holding yourself back and just reprogramming yourself from going back to the old ways, whatever your old ways were. If you don't have $10,000 saved today, maybe it's because of the psychology that you have going on, whereas maybe you don't feel like you can have $10,000 saved. Maybe at some point you have some kind of limiting beliefs that make you think that you're not worthy of having $10,000. That is so far from the truth. You absolutely can have whatever you want to have. It's just you need to reprogram yourself to believe that, yes, you are the person who has $10,000 saved in a bank account and you are earning $50,000 per year, regardless of where you are right now. You could have $0 in the bank, $0 to your name. You could be homeless. It literally does not matter one bit at all, and you could achieve all of that. Literally, I could give you some names of people who are homeless and who are multi-billionaires right now. In fact, John Paul DeJoria. You ever heard of him? You may not have heard of him because he's a little bit more exclusive, or a little bit. He's not all that well known. But here's the thing: I guarantee you've heard of his products. Paul Mitchell shampoos, conditioners. Have you ever heard about that? Yeah, he's the guy behind it. He's a multi-billionaire now, and he was homeless. I'll give you one more name: Nick Woodman. Have you ever heard of him? Probably not, but I guarantee you've heard about the product that he invented and he produced. GoPro. Yeah, he's the guy behind GoPro. He was a homeless surfer guy living on the beach, surfing every day, and he thought, man, it'd be really cool to have a device that I could strap to my wrist and capture some of my surfing on film. There was born the GoPro, and now he is a multi-billionaire. So my point is, even if you're homeless, it does not matter one bit. You can still have some amazing ideas, and you can still come up with some things, but ultimately reprogramming yourself to believe that you can have anything that you desire, and that ultimately it all comes down to the psychology behind it. If you start doing this, amazing things will happen in your life. Just give it some time and keep believing, and ultimately you will arrive, and you're going to see some amazing transformations in your life. I hope this helps you out. Seriously, check out this video again. Watch it again and again. Go back and watch some other videos on this topic, but it's all about the psychology. It is so important when it comes down to wealth building and or financial freedom, regardless of how high you want to go, right? Anyway, thanks again, everybody. I truly appreciate you watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video so I can keep you updated, and I truly hope that this video and this information continues to serve you for many more years to come. Thanks again. You're awesome. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next video.